This is such a special showcase for me. I am so excited, honestly, to showcase this Tokoyami for you guys. I feel like I have been waiting forever for a new Tokoyami to come to the game. Like, we've got 5 variations of Todoroki, 5 variations of Bakugo, 5 variations of Deku, and it actually might be more than that. I'm just saying 5 as a generic number, but we have so many versions of these other characters, and this whole time we have had one Tokoyami, and he was kind of booty cheeks. And finally, they have introduced a new Tokoyami into the game, and I would say he's actually really good in the Best Jeanist Climax battle. And then when it comes to PvP, I would say he's actually a decent choice for PvP. And I've also already recorded a tier list for PvP, so make sure you guys go and check that out. You can see where Tokoyami places in the current PvP meta. That video will probably be coming out after this one, the day after, so make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, we're gonna start this off with jumping into Climax battle, and then we're gonna get into some PvP matches and see just how good Tokoyami is. This is my Climax battle team. It is super consistent. I've actually been using this as my main Climax battle team for beating Best Jeanist since Tokoyami came out. I used to use Fantasy Bakugo in Tokoyami's spot, but Tokoyami is honestly, I can say with confidence, better than Fantasy Bakugo in this particular Climax battle. I mean, he is actually just that insane. So we have Deku for the power down on Best Jeanist, we have Uraraka for crit rate and support, and then we have Tokoyami for the majority of our damage. Like, I'm not kidding, this guy hits so hard, it's insane. But let me show you. We are taking on double S difficulty of the Best Jeanist Climax battle. We are going to use our first skill first with each character, mainly because this one right here is going to decrease the opponent's power. That way we don't get stunned or anything weird like that. Now, Tokoyami's first skill, Black Hammer, is an attack all. So you don't quite get to see that here, but you'll get to see it in PvP, right? But it's really good besides being an attack all though, because it increases your normal attack skill impact of all allies, not just himself, but of all allies by 70%. So not only do his normals hit harder, but so do your allies, which is really good for 4 turns. And then it also gives the character the ability to use 2 normal attacks for 4 turns as well. Like, so basically after turn 1, you just always have 2 normal attacks with this Tokoyami, and he hits so hard as he gets further into the battle, because on his passive, he scales speed and power by 7%. So let's go ahead and do this. 35,000, 33,000, so you can see he's keeping up with Deku. Now, look at that normal attack damage though. I think we're already done with the first phase. It is important to note, this Deku that I have, World Heroes Missions Deku, is level 110. His ability board is completely finished, and Tokoyami is level 100. His ability board is completely finished, but he's not DX'd like World Heroes Missions Deku, and he's doing just as much damage, if not more, which you'll see throughout this. Like, a level 100 Tokoyami, which is what this is so insanely good for only being level 100. Now, if you get him to level 130, obviously every character gets better when they get to 130, but I try to showcase my characters at level 100 because level 100 is achievable for most people because you can at least get 1 copy of the character. Alright, so with his second move, Shadow Dance, it deals 400% damage to a single opponent when character has the ability to use 2 normal attacks, which he does right now, increases this skill's skill impact by 35%, and increases character's plus ultra gauge by 30%. Any character that has their own plus ultra gauge raise is amazing. Gives character piercing shot for 2 turns when used in a 3rd successfully executed skill chain, which is why we're using him in a 3rd successfully executed skill chain. 15,000 damage. Now we go into the phase shift. We didn't quite get the phase shift before. I was thinking we did, but that's okay. We have plenty of time to be able to see the damage, the utter destruction that Tokoyami can create. I'm going to slow down the speed here so you guys can see his plus ultra at least this first time. I really actually do like his Ragnarok plus ultra. It's really good. And you'll notice that as we go throughout the battle, Tokoyami might switch positions for plus ultra. Like right now, Deku's first. Eventually by the end, Tokoyami might be first because his speed does scale over time. 77,000 from Deku, so let's compare numbers, right? They're all destruction type. 67,000 from Uraraka, both of them hit a crit. Let's hope Tokoyami hits a crit here. We'll watch his plus ultra animation through. Dude, I love Ragnarok. It's so good. It's so good. And then 99,000 from Tokoyami, man. And keep in mind, both Uraraka and Deku, oh my gosh, the normal damage too. Both Uraraka and Deku are level 110. So Tokoyami is under leveled compared to them. And he's still outperforming them. That's how good he is. And he's a general pool unit, while both of these characters are limited. I really wanted to showcase just how good he is as a general pool unit, and I feel like this really does that. All right, let's go ahead and continue. All right, 31,000 with that action skill, which may not seem like a lot, but then watch the normals, right? 2 normals with massive amounts of damage, like really, really good. And then anytime you see the other characters hit a big normal, like Deku hit a decent sized normal right there, keep in mind he's not hitting 2 normals. And then also he's only hitting that big of a normal because Tokoyami is buffing his normals, which is insane. Like, he's so good. He's so good. Like, I feel like I'm just talking up the character, but I really do like him, particularly in this climax battle. I think he's insanely good. Look at, like, it's consistent 99,000 damage, 36,000 damage with those 2 normals each. So that is a ridiculous amount of damage. We're gonna plus ultra right here, bring him into the final phase. Oh my gosh, it's just so easy with this character. All right, so there's Deku, 76,000. See, Tokoyami's faster than Fantasy or Rocket now. I did say that would happen, right? 99,000 with Tokoyami. Then only 18,000 with Uraraka, but we are in the final phase here. And now the really interesting thing about Tokoyami is that on this final phase, you can actually get Best Jeanist down to his last stand early because he doesn't like lower, so he lowers the amount of damage he takes from action skills, but he doesn't lower the amount of damage he takes from normals, which is really funny. All right, so power down. And then let's see how much Tokoyami does here with normals. Oh, okay. We're going to be really close to getting him down to his last stand here. I think we might do it. We'll see. We are missing a few like critical crits with Tokoyami. Oh my, well, never mind. Never mind, that piercing shot, man. Dang, no! Tokoyami died? That is like, I can't make that up. That is the first time he's died. He usually doesn't die. He's actually really tanky. But, you know, for the sake of the video, I'm not going to cut that out because, you know, it doesn't always go to plan. But you saw him hit for 99,000 right there. And Best Jeanist is in the last stand. So we're going to win right here no matter what, right? I don't even have to... Okay, watch. We'll land the first one. Last stand, and then Uraraka finishes. Oh, actually... Yo, she should have finished. What the? Okay, that's annoying. Come on. There we go. Now he's dead. I don't know what that was. Maybe I counted something wrong there. But anyways, there we go. Best Jeanist beaten. Tokoyami shouldn't have died there. I don't actually know. That's so dumb that he died. He shouldn't have died. Every other run I've ever tested, like I've tested him multiple times. He has not died there, but you saw the damage that he did with the piercing shot. He is really, really, really good. And you'll have to take my word for it. He normally doesn't die. A little bit embarrassing that happened here, but you know, just to show you guys, it doesn't always go to plan, but it still worked out in the end. We did win, and I think Tokoyami is incredibly valuable when it comes to Climax Battle and very, very good. But that's enough of me ranting about how good he is. Let me show you how good he can be in PvP. This is the PvP team I'm going to be using Tokoyami on. Now, I don't actually know what the most optimal team for this guy is. Now, my biggest problem with using this Tokoyami is that he doesn't have initial speed, right? And because he doesn't have initial speed, it can make it hard to take on other teams, especially when you get into legend rank and you take on those higher placed teams. Now, right now, I am only in Elite 2 because I held back a little bit so that I could, you know, honestly take on a little bit easier teams as the season goes on. It makes it easier to climb later on. I don't like climbing right at the beginning because then I'm taking on the hardest people, like the best people with the highest battle powers and stuff like that have all their characters DX, and it makes it harder to climb. So I do hold off a little bit into the season before actually starting my climb. But right here, we're going to take on Victory Fist, who has 461,000 battle power. Meanwhile, With this team, we only have 436,000 battle power. Yayorozu and Compress are both going to hopefully give us the speed advantage over this team. And notice they have 2 UR plus characters, so it should be decent because I don't have any UR plus characters on this team, so it should be a decent test of how good Tokoyami is. We have speed memories on all our main characters, including Dull Summertime, which is going to be able to give us evasion, and we want to use Tokoyami's skill on a third successfully executed skill chain, right, to be able to get his piercing shot. So let's just hop into this and see how it goes. As we get into this, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Yayorozu's advanced planning capabilities to increase Tokoyami's max HP and to increase his power though, hopefully thereby making him stronger. Then we're going to use Compress's bind, and then we're going to use Tokoyami's attack all, which once again is going to increase our allies' normal skill impact by 70%, and it's also going to give us 2 normal attacks. So hopefully we'll get close to killing at least one of these characters here, specifically Dabi, since Tokoyami has type advantage, but we will see. We did not get a bind, which is unfortunate. And we only got 1 crit there on Inasa, but we did have evasion, which was nice, so that helps out a little bit from Dulce Summertime. We didn't quite get as close as I wanted to killing Dabi there, but I feel like we still have a decent amount of damage there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and let Compress hide. We'll get a good chance to see how tanky Tokoyami is here. $42,000. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Oh, see, guys, he's actually pretty tanky. For a character with so much damage, look at that. Look at that. He's so good. He's so good. Okay, yeah, we'll go after Inasa here. Who's going to go first? Okay, good. I'm glad Tokoyami is not going first because Ida's going to eat some attacks. So hopefully we'll get to see how much damage Tokoyami can do with this plus ultra here. Alright, Ida draws aggro, that's fine. There's Compresses plus Ultra, and then we will kill Inasa here. Ooh, 77,000 damage. Okay, and I imagine it's only going to scale to get even better as the match goes on. Alright, we'll go ahead and target Shigaraki. This is actually a really good team for us to go against because we do have type advantage characters with Tokoyami. I feel like we really get to see what he's made of. I'm not going to worry about targeting Yayorozu's thing right now. I think we'll be fine. It went on to Compress, so let's see how much damage Tokoyami does on his own. Woo! Boy! Okay, that was actually really... It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, well, we'll just let him finish it off here. I think he'll do it with a action skill. Yeah! Yeah! So Tokoyami, definitely viable in PvP. Now, I did compensate for his biggest weakness, which I would say is speed, by running Compress and Yayorozu, but if you can work around that, he has good cooldowns, he has AoE, he has good damage, he has piercing shot, he has amazing normal attack damage, and overall, I think Tokoyami is an absolute beast in PvP, but let's take on a little bit harder team and see how it goes. I have shown you guys a really good run in PvP. Now I'm going to show you guys what might not be a really good run, but I'll show it to you guys anyways. So this is what I would consider to be more of a meta type team right now with the Yayorozu, the Celebration Deku, Celebration Ochako. You got your AoE, your unending healing, and it's really annoying to get around. And so this type of team right here is the main reason Tokoyami, I would say, is not the best of the best when it comes to the current meta. But I think maybe we can beat them. But honestly, I have no idea. So let's just hop in and see how it goes. A lot of this is going to come down to speed and if they're actually faster than us or not. So I'm hoping maybe I'm faster, but I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this, and we are not faster. Okay, so they're gonna go first. Most likely one of our characters is gonna get stunned, and that's really gonna suck for us. But yep, let's just do it. Let's see how it goes. So that's the biggest problem with Tokoyami, just the speed. The speed is the problem, right? Okay, we actually didn't get stunned. That's a dub. Did we get a bind? Oh, and we got a bind. Let's go. Actually, that right there might mean we have a chance. Okay. So off of that, now we have the turn advantage. So let's go ahead and keep targeting Deku. We do have type advantage with Tokoyami here too. All right. And we dodged that, perfect. Alright, let's, come on, Tokoyami needs to hit some crits here. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use our plus ultras. Hopefully we can kill Deku here. We did stop their plus ultras, so that's solid for us. Compress made this all possible, let's not lie to ourselves. Without Compress, we would not be here right now. Let's see how much Tokoyami does. Okay, he's on his last stand. And the double normal gets us through the last stands, and the extra defense that he has, that actually worked out really well in our favor. We're gonna go ahead and do this, this, and this. Let's go. We might actually have a pretty good chance of this. I will admit though, a lot of that came down to RNG and luck at the beginning. So if we do win this, I'm definitely attributing it to that bit of luck there that we had at the start. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to buff Tokoyami. Gosh, it's gonna be annoying. I see the amount of healing, how annoying this is. All right, let's see if we can maybe do something about this Uraraka. Okay, she's on her last stand. It's so annoying. Don't kill Tokoyami, don't kill, okay, he's good. He's good, we're good, we're good. We're actually okay. We're actually okay, he's tanking all right. I think he could potentially die here, which scares me a lot a bit, but yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and use all our plus ultras if we get the chance. Okay, there's the evasion. He's bound. He should die here. Alright, but Tokoyami might die here. Oh, no, we had our last stand. Okay, good damage from the normals, and there he is. There he's dead. But he got us a long ways through that. He got, like I said, it's really, really hard to use him against the current meta. Now, if you had a level 130 Tokoyami, definitely possible. But keep in mind, we're taking on like UR plus characters with a level 100 character. It is going to be difficult. But overall, I'm not disappointed with this performance. In the end, we still won the match, and it was just by a hair that he died. We were so close to keeping him alive. Like, really, really close. But overall, I am happy with that. Let's take a look at his damage numbers for those last two matches, and then we'll end off the video, because I am curious to see what type of damage he did. So if we go into battle log here, and let's start with our match against Victory Fist. He did 354,000 damage. He did the majority of the damage, so he literally carried us through that fight. He did a really, really good job. And then for this match, he also carried us through it, 434,000 damage, but then Blue Endeavor there with one turn, 130,000 damage. Like, Blue Endeavor's still insane. But yeah, Tokoyami is honestly, I would say, a very solid option for PvP. I think he's immaculate when it comes to PvE. I think he's actually really good in VE Tower. Now, why I'm not showcasing him in VE Tower as well is because we just haven't gotten any new VE Towers. Maybe eventually, whenever they decide to start redoing VE Towers and redoing them with consistency, then I'll showcase him in VE Tower, or if they ever come out with a new game mode like a boss battle, I'll showcase these characters there. But for now, I'm going to just do the main content in the game, which is Climax Battle and PvP for right now. So hopefully this gives you guys an idea of whether he's worth summoning for or not. And just to remind you, we probably do have some sort of limited or celebration character coming up in our future, so you might want to save. If you guys enjoyed the showcase, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me some comments about what you guys thought. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.